Alrighty, hello and welcome to another video from Ben Buckler Boards. And kia ora to our friends in New Zealand. I hope you're having a wonderful time over there. My name is Ben, I'm from Ben Buckler Boards. My New Zealand friends call me Bin, and you can call me that too. We are sending some Super73 S2s to New Zealand, and we have some lucky customers over there who are getting them this month. So what we thought we'd do is an unboxing video for you guys. In fact, we are still in lockdown in Sydney, so masks must go back on as we head over here back to Sydney lockdown. Now, this is the box you're going to get. First thing you do is snip these off when you get them. A bit easier when you're not holding a mic. Alright. And hopefully what you get in this box is one of these bad boys here. At the moment we've just got the white left in the S2. S2-E is the model name. E stands for Europe. It's the European spec version. And with the European spec version, it does come with different, improved Magura brakes and a 10-speed gear cassette. When I open the box, you see these black plugs here. Pull those out. You won't need to tear any of the box. You just pull these black plugs out and you'll be able to lift the cover straight off. You lift with the handles on the box. You lift the lid off. Be very careful not to knock the bike over. Alright, this bike is a bit back to front, but what you can do is release the box here. That will fall down, and you've got a little door here that you can open. And then this will fall down. So then you effectively have a ramp in which to roll your bike out of the box. So that's a one-man job. And as you can see, the bike comes with the front handlebars off and to the side. So you just need some clippers to clip those cable ties. You need to undo these 4 screws and screw that top part in back in when the handlebars are on. Alrighty, so what I'll do now is move over to an assembled bike and show you what we've done to the bike from that point. So you'll put the handlebars on and you'll just get on it and make sure you're comfortable with the grips in the right position, and then you would then tighten these up when the handlebars in the right position for you. Notice that you've got 2 keys. These 2 keys are for the battery. You put those in the keyhole to release the battery from the frame, and then you can charge it up. You can also charge the battery while it's on the bike. So while you're reading the manual, it's a good idea to get that battery charging. And you want to charge up to full for the first time you use it. Being a lithium battery, you only want to charge under supervision. So don't charge it when everyone's asleep in the house in case there's any external electrical faults. If you are going overseas for 3 months, or not going to use the bike for 3 months or more, just leave it at half charge. Don't leave it fully depleted, and don't leave it full. Okay, so the other thing we would then look at would be the brakes. Just make sure your brakes on the correct side of the bike for your country. So in Australia and New Zealand, I believe the rear brake is on the left hand side. So just give that a push and give the front brake a nudge, and make sure that is in fact the front brake on the right hand side. The throttles do come separately, so we have a separate video to show you how to put the throttle on the S2. The pedals are relatively easy. There is a couple of little hints for you though, little tips sorry to say. It doesn't actually show L or right on the pedals. You do have to go off the pattern on the pedal. So let me show you that down here. What we have here on the left side is this double groove here, which indicates it should go on the left side. On the other side, in fact, we'll come over here to the other side. It is just plain. There are no grooves on that one, so that indicates it should be the right hand side. Also note, if you can see, there is a washer that comes on the pedals. If I can grab that here, see this washer? This is the washer that comes with the pedals. You want to make sure that sits absolutely flush inside that crank when you are screwing the pedal on. If that washer is not flush, if it's out at an angle, when you put the pedal in and go for a ride, this pedal will come out and it will de-thread this crank here. So you will have to get a new crank. So that's the most important thing with the pedals. All right, so that's the pedals. Make sure they're installed correctly. And then you move over to the tyres, front and rear tyres. They have a car valve. So just untwist that, and then you want to check them for pressure and inflate them if you need to. So here's a little plug for one of our electric pumps that we've made at Bembuckler boards. You turn it on here, and you can install it on the valve as so. And now what's it telling us? 15.9 psi. So typically we'd probably want it to go up to around 18 to 20 as a minimum. You can take them up to around 25 psi, but around the 15 or less is good for sand riding. So I'm just going to hit that button, and I can see the psi there going up as we're talking. 18 psi, it's going up there. So I've stopped that at 20, but you can just set it to your ride style, and the conditions you're in, and adjust it as you go. This pump's $120 from Bembuckler boards. Another shameless plug. All right, so that's the tyres. Check the rear one as well. Check your brakes, and be careful with that. I'll also show you what comes in the box. Is these boxes here, and this box here has got your charger. Now the charger will be red while it's charging. You will need to turn the battery on to make it charge the battery. So first things first, you plug the charger into your power outlet at home, plug it into the battery, and then you would press the power on the wall and press the power on the battery, just to make sure you don't have any arcing happening there. In here are your user manual. This is quite a good user manual. Oh, and the pedals, and a little toolkit. So that is for you. Now, when it comes to the bike and starting it up, you have pedal assist mode. All right, pedal assist mode by this EU display here. Now that controls the amount of power that's going to go to the motor when you pedal. So it's typically low, medium, high in the S1, but in the S2 it'll be level 1, 2, 3, or 4. Now, to make it slightly more confusing, when you in the app, I forgot to mention, you should download the Super73 app. It works the best with the iPhones, and then you would link the bike to your Super73 app and just register yourself as a rider. Now, in that app, if you go to vehicle, there'll be ride modes in there. Now, those ride modes in the app are different from the pedal assist modes. The ride modes in the app mean that, so level 1 is what we use in Australia to make them street legal. The bike will be capped at 25 k's per hour, limited to 250 watts output. But this is a 2000 watt motor that is restricted, so you can de-restrict it by setting it to mode 4, and with the throttle, it will then go up to about 50 k's per hour on your private property with 2000 watts of power. Now, when the app is designed so that when you turn your bike off by the battery, it will, and you turn it back on again, it will reset to mode 1. So just check that that's all working, because you want the bike to default to mode 1. If that's not working, look at the firmware and look at upgrading the firmware to make sure that's all working. But if everything's working out of the box, you may not necessarily need to update the firmware. Okay, so that hopefully explains the app for you guys. There's a couple of little quirks on the bike, like it comes with some extra cables here. These are for indicators coming soon, and you can also use some of these straps here to tidy up your cables. And yeah, so read the manual, make sure you know everything about that. There's also some leads under the seat here for indicators when they become available. These holes here in the frame were put there by Super73 for some accessories they were going to make a year ago. They're still on their way out. There's a hole here for foot pegs. We have foot pegs available on our website. And before I go, I thought I'd also mention we do this checklist before we send our bikes out. So that is a long list of things that we check. We check the paint, the motors, the lights, everything. So that'll be all checked off, and you'll get that in your bike box as well. All right, well, now to go and have some fun. Thanks for watching, and What other New Zealand jokes do I have? I can't even think. I'm sorry, guys. I do love fish and chips. And my name has been over and out from my holiday. See you guys.